everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Soft Skills webinar series. And once again, this is LetslearnTV, and we are always here to provide you with content that would help you in whatever aspect of life, your career, your academics, your business, and all of that. And today, again, we'll be talking about a topic that is so critical to productivity in everything we do. And I have here with me Miss Mutiat Olagoke, our public speaking coach and soft skills coach. Miss Mutiat, please, can you say hi to everyone?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you, STEM Academy, for having me. Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much, Miss Mutiat, for joining us. Okay, so we'll be talking about time management. I believe this is something that is so crucial and something that would always need. So it's always very critical that we take some time out to actually look at how we can manage our time better. And that is why we have Ms. Mutiat here to help us do justice to this topic. So Ms. Mutiat, you can please go ahead on the time management topic.
Thank you very much, Teresa, for that. So hi, everyone. Today, like she said, we're going to talk about time management. And this is a big deal topic for everybody, because this is one of the biggest challenges that most people have, how to manage their time. Basically, is the challenge comes with how to optimize your time. Because the truth is that no matter how much you wish it, you cannot have more than 24 hours. All of us have 24 hours. And at the end of the day, as adults, we find that there are so many things to do in a day. There are so many things on your to-do list and on your task that you wish somebody can just borrow you 5 hours from their own time. But that is not possible. We all have 24 hours. And so what it means is that this is one of the biggest challenges that most people have, how to manage their time. Basically, the hours of the day. So the challenge comes with how to optimize your time. Because the truth, many things to take care of at the time that you are not particularly prepared for it. And so it takes most people have learn how to manage their time. Basically, it's not easy for them to just challenge comes with how to optimize your time. Having to do 2 or 3 things a day to having to take care of so many things at the same time at the time so many that you are not particularly prepared for it. And you believe that the solution is to have more time to have. However, the thing I don't want to get overwhelmed by today is not easy for them to just challenge you need to go manage your dividing the time you have the day in a way that it is so many things at the same time at the time so many that you are not particularly prepared for it. And you now I have 10 things to do and 18 hours to do it. How do I divide it? It takes more hours to have. However, the things that we refer to as the time management skills, and which are skills that you need to learn if you want to be effective at managing your time. Some of the skills, they are so skills that you should have picked along the way here. You should have learned them in university. You should have learned them as you juggle chores at home. But the way all of us are, there's some things that we don't particularly know the essence of them. We need to go dividing the time the way that the application is called. And some of us are a little bit confused. We don't know what to drop. We don't know how to do it. So I'm hoping that with this conversation that we're having, you will come to realize that you are actually taking care of the time, particularly the skills within you. The use of it and how to go about using it may just be what you need to have put into perspective for you, which is what we're doing. The good time management to do enables you to work smarter. How do I it takes more time to have, however, it is really important for you to know skills. That is not about which are skills that you need to learn. Some people, I remember watching an interview that Mr. Dangote did, and the young people were there asking, how many hours do you work in a day? And he said that he works 18 hours a day. And for me, I felt like, if Mr. Dangote works 18 hours a day, it means I have to be putting in 18 hours or 18 hours. And quite frankly, that means that I have 6 hours to sleep and take a break and rest. But the truth is that I tried it though. I tried this 18 hours, but I almost landed in the hospital because it meant that I was doing so many things and having little sleep. In fact, I haven't mastered the 18 hours enough that sometimes my 18 hours end up being 20 hours. Of course, I've never gone 24 hours before, but I think I've gone as far as long as working 21 hours. And I think I slept around 3 and then I had to wake up at 6. So it was, but for me, what I've learned about my body is that if I did that 2-3 days in a row, by the 4th day, I'm going to have migraine, serious migraine that would handicap me by the 4th day. So it wasn't effective for me to try and be a Dangote overnight. And I also have to learn that just because Mr. Dangote can do it, doesn't mean that Miss Mutiat can do it. We have different types of body. So I'm saying again that time management doesn't mean I'm managing all my time. A lot of people feel under pressure to do so many things. We feel like some of us are so used to believing that time management is working hard, that when we are sitting in a state of rest, we get uncomfortable, like, hey, that's how I'm just sitting down here wasting my life like this. Shouldn't I be looking for something to do? And then before you know it, they're looking for something to do. They're just some people that they must be doing something because they believe that that's equal to good time management. That you must be proactive doing something, even when they are doing nonsense. Even when they are wasting their time doing something that would not necessarily lead anywhere. So you just imagine my mom waking up on a Saturday and saying she must be doing something, and she decides she wants to be scraping the spirogyra on the fence. It's why? Because somebody must not just sit down. You must be doing something, really. And you think scraping spirogyra is the thing to do? So understanding that time management isn't working hard. It is actually working smarter. Using your time, prioritizing things, maximizing, optimizing your time. That's what time management is about, optimizing it. Even if you get to do something for 2 hours, it must be the most productive 2 hours of your day. It must be, the 2 hours must equate to having done something for 48 hours. So you know that no matter what time you are cramming enough work, quality, it's about the quality of work. I think that it's more quality than the quantity of work. So we're so focused on doing so many unnecessary things that in fact, at the end of the day, even the ones that are necessary, we don't do them. So in order to get this done, in order to work smarter and not harder, you must understand the time management skills. And understanding these skills will not only just help you manage your time well, it will even help you be an effective worker. So whether you're working for yourself or you're working for somebody, it just makes you more effective. For me, I was passionate about time management because I am a hard worker. I like to work. I like to wake up and be working about. I just like working hard. But when it comes to growing my business, you get to a point where you realize that, okay, this isn't about doing work again. I need to get maximum results. And for maximum results to happen, it means that whatever I'm doing with my time must be quality work, not just the quantity of it. I shouldn't just be telling people, I'm very busy, my day is very hectic, and then it is busy doing nothing. So that's key to understand that good time management enables you to work smarter and not harder. So what are the time management skills that you need to know in order to do these well? The first one is prioritization. You should know how to prioritize. A lot of us, I really don't know how we got here. We don't know how to prioritize. Prioritization is not easy for many of us. So a lot of time, I think that it majorly has to do with our intrinsic motivation. So we wake up in the morning thinking, when I wake up today, I need to do some things on call, I need to send some email. And then you pick your phone and somebody's chatting you up on WhatsApp. and you're like, okay, this too is work now. At least this person is my colleague at work, or this person is my client that is trying to buy something. And one of the things I found out about my WhatsApp is that the moment I pick it up, I'll just look at the clock and realize 2 hours is gone like that. And I wouldn't have even started on my to-do list. So one of the things you must learn is to prioritize your work. And the level of how to prioritize your work is to do, there's this thing called the 4Ds of time management. Now this 4Ds of time management is very important. And you draw a square and you go do, defer, delegate, and delete. To prioritize your work well, you need to learn the 4Ds. The first D is do. The second D is to defer. The third one is to delegate. And the last one is to delete. Now, what you do is to draw a table with all the things that you have to do. So you draw a table with 4 columns and you put do in one column, defer in one column, delegate in one column, and then delete in the other column. Now, you could also draw a box, a square, and divide it into 4. So you put do, defer, delegate, and delete. Now, then you look at all the tasks that you have to do. You can list all the tasks on, make a list of them and try and start to put them in their boxes in order of relevance. So, for instance, do. On my to-do list today is this pep talk. So it's on the to-do list. And then also my to-do list is to start making posters for back to school. That's on my to-do list. Another thing that I have on my to-do list is to help a friend do something. And then I have write content for my Instagram page. It's on the to-do list. etc. When I wake up, I look at the to-do list and I decide which are the ones that I have to do. I have to do them. So I have 4 things that I must do today. Actually 5. Send emails to my production officer, take 4 classes on Zoom compulsorily because I've made a commitment to these things. So it is compulsory for me to do them. So they go into the do box. Then for the delegate box, so the next one, for the delegate box, write content on Instagram. I have 3 assistants. I do not have to write content on Instagram because I don't have enough time in the day to do everything. So which are the things that I don't necessarily have to do that somebody else can do? The Instagram content can be written by my staff. So I put that activity under delegate. Then for defer, help my friend edit something. My friend doesn't even need this content or this letter because I have 24 hours to make the best of, and my class is online. So I look at, help my friend to do this. Tomorrow is Saturday. I'm free tomorrow. I can help my friend do this tomorrow morning. So I put it under defer. And it goes for the delete. So delete could be answer group chats, all those unnecessary things that is already on your list. For instance, it could be what can be that? So maybe let me look at. I don't have a lot of things I delete. I'm too even lazy to be adding things that are unnecessary on the list. So so let me give an example of something that I deleted is go to the supermarket to buy stuff. I've deleted it from my list. It's not happening today. I'm going to be in front of my screen for hours. I don't have the time to put that on my schedule for the day. Now, how a lot of people end up missing it is that because I like to shop. I like shopping for teas. I know that I've run out of my tea. I enjoy being at the supermarket and just window shopping half of the time. So some people just, I'm not feeling in the mood to work today. Maybe I should start with shopping. And then you end up going to shop. And the thing about leaving the house to shop is that you are probably going to at least, let me speak for myself, I'll be there for 4 hours. 4 hours of doing what? Buying salt and sugar that I don't particularly need now. I don't even need it today. So at the end of the day, I would have wasted 4 hours out of the 24 hours doing things that are not particularly necessary because I haven't gone to the market, but everything is still working. So just delete the unnecessary things. Now, for prioritization to work, you need to be honest with yourself. You need to also consider the consequence of not having it done. So you may prioritize in accordance, prioritize according to how big the consequence of not doing it would be. So if I don't show up for this class, I am in trouble because we posted it and done all of these things. If I don't show up for the morning classes, I've been paid for them. So I have to show up for it. It's going to be terrible for my business brand and my personal brand if I don't show up. So for you, you must consider, you must have a motivation. You must know what your motivation is. And a lot of times, consequences of not doing it is a great motivation to get you to do it. So sometimes the consequence could be the deadline. It could be, for me, it could be disappointing my clients. For you, it could be getting in trouble with your boss. Just make sure that that is foremost in your mind as you're arranging it. The bigger the consequence, the more important it should be on your list of priorities. The next skill that you must learn. Now for prioritization, over and over, when you practice it over, it just becomes automatic and you know which one to do first. I always start my day around 6 a.m. and I always start with the most important things on my list. In fact, I always wake up every day, write my to-do list. Before I go to bed, I list the first things I must do the next day. It is key, it is key. The next one is goal setting. Now, that's what you will see. That was what my to-do list is. I always set goals for the week. I have a goal for every quarter. I have a goal for it. And when you make a big goal there's a goal for every year. And then for us to achieve the annual goal, we have quarterly goals. So we break it down into quarterly goals. Now, in each of the 3 months, every quarter, there's a monthly goal. In each of the month, in the month, there's a weekly goal. And then the weekly goals are broken down into daily goals. There must be goals. Goals are very important if you must manage your time well. A lot of people are not used to setting goals. They just let life happen, or they just happen back at life anyhow. Well, I shall go to work, whatever happens. No. More than ever, particularly in this new normal, it is key that you harness your time management skills. And at the heart of it is your goal setting skills. You must pay attention to setting goals, because setting goals is drawing a picture of what you want to achieve. And the goals can be determined by, if you're a student, there should be goals on what are the things you want to achieve this semester, what do you want to achieve this term. If you're a staff, what do you want to achieve at work this year? It's not just about meeting. Yes, you want to help the company meet a bigger goal. How? What's your own goal within that bigger goal? What do you want to achieve for yourself? Oh, I want to help the company make more sales. More sales is vague. What's your own goal? Okay, last year I brought in 70% of the annual sales. This year I just want to maintain the 70%. That's a goal. It helps to direct you. It helps to make prioritization easy. So, for instance, when I was prioritizing my work, I said I couldn't say the first set of things I would do is to show up for my classes. Why? Because showing up for my classes is actually part of the annual goal, to build our training arm and ensure that we leverage. And all those things is actually in my work journal. So I have a lot of journals. So this is my work journal. And I was looking at it 2 days ago, and I realized that the goals that I set on the 2nd of January 2020, we have almost smashed everything. Why? Because there was a plan, because I wrote it down, and the goals were SMART goals. They were specific, they were measurable. The A is measurable. Then there is they're time bound. They're achievable, they're time bound. And I don't even know what I was looking for. I was looking for something from one of my clients, and I just opened that page where the goals are, and I was like, wow, despite the fact that there's COVID-19 and it disrupted a lot of things, this is September, and we've almost achieved everything on our annual goal on the 9th month of the year, because there was a picture. It makes it easier for us to draw smaller pictures. So you must set goals. It helps you to manage your time well. So what I plan to do for an entire year, I've almost achieved it in September, and this is just the first week of September. So I still have 3 more months to add more goals to it, or just to go on a vacation in December. That's what goal setting does. It does help you to manage your time well. Another thing you must have, another skill that helps your time management is communication. Communication is a time management skill. Why? See, there are some things that I won't do, and I am not afraid to tell people I can't do it. It doesn't make any sense. It can't happen. So somebody said, "Oh, can I have my something? I want to order a waffle. Can I have it by Saturday?" No, you can't have it by Saturday. You can't wake up on Thursday morning and ask to have it on Saturday. Is it possible? Yes, we're going to try. However, I will not make that promise. Why can't I make the promise? Because I have some things that I have prioritized. And the moment I promise to deliver something to her in 48 hours, it will disrupt everything. Because I don't have any extra. Where do I take the, it means that I need to pull something, and I can't. For you to effective time management, you need communication. And the communication skill you need is assertive communication. You need to be able to say, I can't do this. You need to be able to admit to yourself that this can't make the list. It's not possible. Rather than just having everything piled up on your table and then you're busy doing nothing or busy wasting time on something that you shouldn't be doing, you should, part of time management is to be able to express the reality, your reality, to other people. You should be able to tell your boss, I am doing everything I can. However, this, and this are already on the list. I don't think that can be done, but I will do everything to ensure that I do it. Because that's what I told my client last night. I will do everything to ensure that you get it, but I'm not making any promise. Now, I didn't say it like the way some people say, do you want to kill me? Where should I put it? Where will I get the time to do it? Please, so I'm not doing. No. A good time manager communicate. Now, another way that communication would also come handy is that sometimes some of our work is not, we're not the only one having to do it. So for instance, this person that has made this order, the reason I had to tell her it couldn't be possible is that there are 4 of us in the production line. I have agreed to do it. Then there's a printer, and then there's a calendar person, and then there's a logistics person to pick it up. Now, in the production chain, there will be a need for you to communicate effectively to everyone to ensure that you make the best of your time, particularly if you're working in a team. So it's not just about your 24 hours alone. It's also about the 24 hours of the people on your team and how efficient they are as time managers. And so you must have great communication skills to ensure that everyone is clear on what the goal is and everyone is on board on what they have to do to ensure that we get the results and maximize the time that we have. So communication skill is key. Another thing that is key, another time management skill that you must have is planning. For you to be able to prioritize, you must be great at planning. For you to set goals, it's not just about setting the goals alone. You must also be able to plan. You must be strategic. How? So you've written the goals. So I wrote the goals down, but they didn't jump and happen by themselves. I had to be strategic about how to go about it. You must be strategic about the time. So there's some times that I'm thinking to myself, okay, I need to make dinner while I'm on YouTube live. What should I do? So what I did was to start dinner 5 minutes before I started my live video, and then I can say, oh, so I can put it on low burner and then check it, time myself. I'm going to be doing this talk for 40 minutes. By that time, my low burner stuff should be done. So it's about planning. So I'm able to do 2-3 things at the same time. And that's going to be, is also one of the elements of time management, which is to be able to multitask. We'll talk a little bit about multitask later, but you must be able to plan. So you must be able to set time. So I have my first class today was 9 a.m. What can I do between 6:30 and 9 a.m.? What are the things that I can put in this 2.5 hours window that would truly yield, that would be me optimizing my time? It is key, because there are some things that if I start them at that 6:30, I cannot finish them by 9 a.m. And to not finish them, not only would I not finish them, I may not even get anywhere. So for instance, I have some research that I need to do for some content we're creating. If I start doing some of it, I will not even be able to, by 9 a.m., I may not have made any headway. Why do I want to use that time to do something that is not going anywhere? Particularly something that I can even do later, or I can do in my free time, or when I'm taking a break, or while I'm eating. So I'm going to put the things that has to be done. So what are the things that has to be done? If I go live, I want this thing. So let me make sure that I've completed the design that I'm designing. Let me send the email, tell somebody to call them that they should check their email and start production. That's planning. It's not that I'm doing something that doesn't go anywhere, and then at the end of the day, you just sit down and say, what have I achieved today? Nothing. So planning is key. And the way you plan would be dependent on your reality. Everybody plans differently. Your planning may be determined, will definitely be determined by the reality you're faced with. So all the best doing that. Then another skill is delegation. A lot of us, and I meet people who are very, it has to be done by me. Everything doesn't have to be done by you. That everything should be done by you as a manager, then you have a problem. Some things should be delegated. So I meet some mothers, for instance, who say, I'm overwhelmed with work. And these are people who have 10-year-olds at home, people who have children that are 8-year-olds. And I'm wondering why. I sweep the floor, I now wash the plate, I now cook, I now have to do my work. And I'm like, why can't your children sweep the floor? They are too small. It will not be neat. Let it not be neat. Let them sweep it. By the time they sweep it 10 times, it will be neat. Well, I started washing plates at 7 because my mom was exhausted from work. And let me tell you the truth, we used to wash nonsense plates. But at least the plates were off the sink. So when she wants to serve us, she would rinse them again. So in fact, I've gotten used to that method that even now as an adult, whether I wash the plate or not, when I'm about to serve any plate, I rinse it again. It has become a part of me. And okay, of course, then you're afraid cockroach may have rendered the stuff. But even if I rinse it again and I use the paper towel to clean it, I've been used to that as a child because that was the reality. There was so many work to do. So what did she do? She realized that all these 7-year-olds should at least let them be useful. So what we did was to help her wash the plate off the sink. At least that is done. She can focus on something else. So all the things we could do, even though we couldn't do it well, we were doing it. So 2 things were being achieved. We were learning. We were learning important life skills, and we were getting some of the pressure off our to-do list. We need to start doing that as parents and as managers. Yes, they may not do it perfectly. So, but you can't do everything. You don't have all the energy, neither do you have all the time. So you must delegate. You must delegate. So yes, I would really prefer to be the one writing all the content on my social media page. But I have 5, my company has 5 official IG page. How? When I was doing it, it wasn't effective. I would just write on one page today, copy it to another page. It was just all over the place. Now that I have interns and assistants, so what they do is they go and curate the content, bring it to me, and I edit. It has made my life easier. In fact, sometimes I don't edit. I just say, I'm building your confidence. Just post it like that. And then later I check it. If I see any mistake, because I have all the password, I edit it. It has freed more time for me. And they are getting better every day. The pages are growing, and we're getting better. So you need to learn. Part of delegation, part of time management skill is to learn to delegate. Learn to delegate. And finally, this one, you may not believe it, but your time management skills also include stress management. Stress management. See, just because you feel you have all the energy, you can do everything. The truth is that eventually it will tell. I read today of a 27-year-old guy, was he 27 or 25, who died from high blood pressure. What happened happened? I do it. I must do it. I will do it. Maybe he was trying to be like Dangote and do 18 hours. Or he probably thought, Dangote has money. That's why he's doing 18 hours. Let me be doing 22 hours. So, but you must also understand that managing your time and working smarter is also to free time for you to rest. For your body, because whatever exertion, physical exertion, mental exertion, some of your work, you say, hey, but I'm not doing any hard work. I'm just sitting down there. Even sitting is hard work. When the lockdown started and I wake up 6 a.m. and I'll be on the chair till 10 a.m. I did it for about 2 weeks, and by the third week, my body said, we are not sitting down again. We need to start taking morning walks. It was hard. So don't say, I'm not even doing any hard work. I'm just using my brain. Even your brain needs to rest. It needs to fight. So time management, when you're delegating and setting goals, you must also add to your to-do list time to take a break. Good time management will allow you to accomplish more things in a shorter time so that there is more time for you to rest. So I would put all of what I've said just put it in a nutshell for us this is the last part of it. The key elements that you must remember if you are going to be able to manage your time well. The first one is to eliminate unnecessary things. We talked about it in prioritization, and that was when I said you should draw a box and divide it into 4. Put the things you have to do. They're very important. You must do them today before the sun sets. Put them in one box. Then there are the things you need to defer. You don't have to do them now. So why they're on your list, putting pressure on you? Put them aside. Put them on another day. Put them on Saturday and Sunday, whatever day works. But they can be deferred to another time. Then delegate the ones that is not necessary for you to do. Please eliminate unnecessary work. There's some unnecessary things that is not necessary. For instance, I cannot enter my kitchen and then I will say I have energy and I'm washing plates. Why? I know probably somebody is watching and saying, what is there? What is there is that I don't have enough hours in the day to be adding the job of somebody else to my list. I don't care. Sometimes I enter the kitchen because I live mostly with boys and they're like, you know how boys can be, pushing chores aside, I don't care. Yeah, I'm just going to enter the kitchen, do what I have to do, and get out. I know what my job is. And I'm not doing any other person's job. And if there's a job that I'm supposed to do, I will delegate. I need to blend pepper. Why do I have to blend pepper? Why should it be me? But you say, no, they will not be able to blend it very well. I don't care. If they don't blend it very well, we eat it like that. It is not my job. You must eliminate unnecessary things. I have friends who have housemates and they will still be doing, oh God Almighty, God bless all of you. Number 2 is to remember to plan your work properly. Planning is key. You must have a plan. You must have a plan. It is important. You must set goals, and your goals must just be, some of us set goals in our head. I wish I can do this thing. No, write it down. When you write it down, you then set a plan on how to make it work. Because just having a goal is not enough. How do you make it come into reality now? That's where the work is. You must have a plan of how you want your day to go. When I did my own plan today, washing plate is not part of it. So I'm not washing plate. Number 3, multitasking. Now, multitasking, some people believe is a myth, because the more you multitask, the less effort you are able to put into the things you're doing. So the 80-20 rule says if you put 80%, if you put 20% of, if for 20% of the things that you have to do, if you focus on 20% of the things on your list, you will be able to achieve 80% result or thereabout. So, but the truth is that the reality of our lives is that we do have to multitask. We have to multitask. Currently, cooking pepper right now, pepper is on low burner. While we're doing that, we're also, there's also a class. There are also some things that you need to be doing while you're doing some things. And I have learned to multitask in ways that I can achieve 3 or 4 things almost at the same time. Now, how do you effectively multitask? Is to ensure that the things that I multitask with, so doing this talk, I'm not multitasking anything because I'm using my head, I'm using so much of my energy to speak. It will make no sense if I'm frying dodo as I am doing this. The dodo is either the dodo will burn or something goes wrong with this. So you don't multitasking things like that. You multitask. I usually multitask complementary things. So while I'm almost done. So while I am in the kitchen, I can be, as I am frying this, I can be cutting that. I can, no, those ones, you can do them simultaneously. But the things that are not complementary, find dodo with live class. It doesn't make any sense. So you multitasking is good, but you must find complementary things so that you're not dividing your attention, because the truth is that you have only just one brain. And the more things you're focusing it on, the less focus you have on all of it. I think, okay, so reduce interruption. You must also learn to reduce interruptions. How do you, I'm currently locked inside. So no matter how hard you knock, I cannot even get up to open it for you. When you knock 3 times, you don't come. You need to find a way to reduce interruptions. It could be working silently. It could also be, you know, whatever work. You first have to identify what your interruptions are, and then you can now start, how can I reduce this? For me, WhatsApp is a big, it's the biggest problem I have in my life. I cannot delete the app because I do social selling, so you can't delete the app. However, what I usually do, for instance, my phone has been on silence for 2 days now. I don't want to hear it ring. It is destructive. If I miss your call, I'll call you when I can. So my phone is on silence. My WhatsApp doesn't beep. I don't check. I don't get notification for a lot of the apps. I only get notification for WhatsApp. That's it, because I sell there. So I've reduced I've reduced my interruption. And when I need to block myself out, I just block 1 hour. I'm not going to open any message, no matter how much notification comes in. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of commitment, or what's the word? It just takes a lot of, I can't find the English word for it. The only word coming in is Yoruba. It just takes a lot of closing your eyes, unlooking, just unlook, and finally take breaks. Stress management is part of time management. You need to take breaks. Because if something happens to you, that's it. That's the end of had a stroke and died. He died. You would think, 27 is too young to die. Yes, he is too young. However, he over pushed it. He was doing what, 24 hours or 20 hours, not taking a break consistently, and it will tell on your body. It will tell on your body. So you must plan taking breaks. You may take 20 minutes break after each 6 hours, or you make sure that you go to bed early. See, sleep is very, very important. I vote that whatever you can do, if it's possible to work in at least 6 hours of sleep, or the best one is to do 8 hours of sleep. See, it doesn't matter. He's a healthy person that can be effective and productive. So don't come and kill yourself on our necks. And so finally, that's it. So in conclusion, good time management allows you to accomplish more time in a shorter period. It is working smarter and not particularly working.
Hello, Ms. Mutiat.
Harder. I hope that for me.
Okay, wow. I mean, this has been so insightful, but we need to go on a quick commercial break before we come back. So we'll quickly take a break now. you have made are so valid. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. I mean, it's always a pleasure having you around, and it's always an insightful time.
The honor is all mine. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, everyone. It's actually a wrap for this section. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to all our viewers. I mean, if you guys are not here, there's really no point having this webinar. So thank you so much for coming, and do well to please subscribe to LetslearnTV. Like right now, in case you've not subscribed, please subscribe to LetslearnTV. For you. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us, and special thanks to our sponsors, STEMacademy.io. This is a platform that provides coaching and mentoring for the next generation of STEM entrepreneurs. More information about STEMacademy.io will be made available on LetslearnTV. That's why you need to subscribe to LetslearnTV. Joining us, and please do well to subscribe, click on the notification button, so the next time we are coming live again with another amazing webinar for you, you will not miss it. Thank you once again, Ms. Mutiat.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everyone, and do enjoy the rest of your day.